Most businesses think video is about marketing and brand. I think it's more about clarity and intent. Don't waste my time, because people are time poor these days. You know, we are overloaded with content. You know, our feeds are full, email inboxes are full as well. We need to respect people's time. Video shouldn't be complicated to understand, so clarity is really key there.
Welcome to Content on the Go from Podpace, where momentum always beats perfection. I'm Darren, American expat, 14 years here in Sydney, and I spent that time helping businesses from Google and Spotify down to local startups grow through organic content and video. And today we're talking about the thing that every business owner knows they need to do, but somehow it keeps ending up on this week's or next week's to-do list. 91% of businesses say it's critical to their strategy. And the number one reason that the rest aren't doing it is because they don't know where to start. So I've got Zara Hall here with me, the business transformation and communications consultant at MarketSpace. Zara works with leaders who need to get their teams aligned, moving, and communicating better. Her whole thing is helping businesses work smarter, and she believes getting clear on intent before picking a channel is what most people skip, and I 100% agree with that. Everyone wants to just do stuff. I want to be on this channel. I want to do. I'm like, do you really? Like, maybe you should have a cartoon. Like, maybe you should have a blog. Like, do you really need to do this? Let's jump right into your 7 questions, because ain't nobody got time for anything, and we want to educate and help as many businesses as we can. Hot take: we all love them. B2B video in 2026, is it nice to have or non-negotiable?
Absolute non-negotiable. Video is where people are consuming content these days. So you have to be there.
100% agree on that. That is something I say a lot. All right, what's the number one mistake businesses make when they finally do start making video?
I think people get excited about filming video these days, except they jump straight in and they get to production and filming quickly. And I think they need to take a step back and basically plan the communication message a little bit better.
Do you know Alex Hormozi? No, wow. He's like the new Gary Vee, big guy, burly with the beard, acquisition.com. Anyway, he talks about how a lot of businesses go, I'll just film content. And he goes, no, spend a day. If you're going to film one day in a month, spend a whole day writing and thinking about your avatar, your hook. And I was just like, oh my God, like so many people need to hear that. People think, I'm just going to, like, you don't know what you're saying when you hold the camera up. And if you don't get them in that first 3 seconds, they will click off. And also, you could ramble something in 10 minutes that could be easily said in 45 seconds.
Yeah. Don't waste people's time.
Exactly.
You know?
All right, number 2, what's the number one mistake businesses make when they finally do start making video?
They jump straight in. So they jump in too quickly. They don't plan the messages properly. They don't get clear on their intent.
All right, Zara, you work with leaders communicating change. Should that ever be on camera, and what makes it work?
Leaders absolutely need to be on camera communicating change. Change is about people. It's about bringing people along, setting expectations, inspiring action, sharing a vision of where you're heading. And video is the best platform to build trust and connection with people. So when you want to communicate change, video is where it needs to be.
Time poor CEO or CMO, head of marketing, etc. No budget or low budget. What's their minimum viable video strategy?
I see this all the time. No time, no budget. It's really hard to get their time, but you have to get started. You have to commit. So I always recommend that maybe start with a quarterly update. You know, it's not that hard to commit. And what I would always recommend is that when you are trying to get, for instance, like a CEO's time, they're going to be planning quarterly updates with their staff. So plan your video around that time. They're clear on the message, so you've got them. So capture that. And then that content can be repurposed, and you can repurpose that one little moment can go a really long way. So whether it be for internal audiences or external audiences, and I don't think quarterly is, that's a good start.
Yeah, I like quarterly too, because with quarterly, you obviously can then, it's 3 months, and you can batch record for, if you have a whole day, you can batch record many pieces of content, whether you want to do short form, long form, etc. You can chop it all up. I'd say quarterly is probably the minimum.
Minimum.
If you go to every 6 months, I'm like that's a lot recording in once, and maybe you can stretch it out depending for if you post every 2 to 3 weeks.
My goal is to start with quarterly because I know that they're more likely to agree.
Yes.
And once I get them in for quarterly, I know that they're going to see the value in it and we're going to do it more often.
Yes.
But if, trying to get them to cross that hurdle and go commit to it. If you turned around and said, let's do monthly, they'll be like, oh, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had people, they're like, oh, I'm going to do once a week when they start. And I'm like, hold on. Let's just do once a month for 2 or 3 months first, get the habit going. Because
That's right.
it's quite a shock for you if you're the only marketer or you're the CEO, whatever, the business, and you're the face, or for your team. It's like, whoa, we have to do this new thing. And people really underestimate how much time it takes to make content. They really think it's just, it takes as long as it takes to watch it. Everyone thinks that, like, oh yeah, it's just 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And it's like, no, like it takes 4, 5, 10x more.
But if you're also resourceful and you're clever with the content that you get in those sessions, you can repurpose that content and create multiple clips for multiple purposes.
Yes.
Yes.
Finish this. Most businesses think video is about X, but it's actually about Y.
Most businesses think video is about marketing and brand. I think it's more about clarity and intent. So really getting clear on communication about what you're trying to say as a business.
Oh, we could jam on that for hours. One thing businesses keep doing with the content that drives you absolutely crazy, what grinds your gears, go.
Don't waste my time. And I'm thinking more from the viewer's point of view. So, that's why I always really want people to get clear on their intent and their communication and their messages, because people are time poor these days. We are overloaded with content. Our feeds are full, people, email inboxes are full as well, So I think we need to respect people's time. Get clear on our messages. Don't waste time. Video shouldn't be complicated to understand. So clarity is really key there.
All right, last one. A bit of your back origin story. What was the moment you knew this was the work you wanted to do, you were meant to do, however you want to frame it?
I kind of fell into it, to be honest, but I've been in this for 10 years now.
Is that MarketSpace?
MarketSpace, yeah. So my business. I launched it 10 years ago. And I think the moment for me was when the referrals started coming in. I was getting calls from people who had referred me, knowing the work that I had done previously. And I think that, I've been able to work with the most amazing businesses and teams on really interesting challenges. And that blows me away that, people still keep calling me and, asking for help with different projects. So I keep doing it and I love it.
That's awesome. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising, marketing. It's easy, obviously. Everyone trusts humans. People don't really want to Google you. They they'll do it, but it's like, you might suck. I don't know. But when someone says, please do this, or you get the repeat clients, that's like, boom.
It's gold.
It's absolute gold. And it's just, if you can keep that going. Well, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully we can do a roundtable discussion with other marketers in the near future. And all the best with MarketSpace. And yes, thank you.
Thanks, Darren.